Finally, the world of broadcasting paid tribute to one of its greats today. Sir Alastair Burnet, who for many years presented this programme, ITV's News at 10, has died peacefully in his sleep at the age of 84. He had suffered several strokes. He was, according to one former colleague, the greatest news broadcaster Britain has ever produced, the best we've ever had.
Good evening. The Prime Minister weighed in to defend the
For nearly a quarter of a century, he was the public face of News at 10, respected by colleagues and competitors alike, the premier television news presenter of his time on the country's premier news programme. Behind the scenes, he was a powerhouse, informed, in touch, opinionated.
Mr. Baker, a divided party, irregular resignations, by-election defeats. Isn't the game up?
Could I first say...
A driving force of the programme, as those of us who worked with him and admired him knew. But no prima donna, to him the news mattered most, and he knew why.
He believed that the business of news in the democracy was a serious business. It must be given serious thought, and he was prepared to put that serious thought into it.
A quiet day for the Prime Minister at Chequers.
From newspapers, he joined ITN in 1963 as political editor. He knew the players and the issues, a fascination forged in the post-war years. He was a natural to front election night programmes.
Within minutes, we shall have a pointer to who's going to govern Britain.
In 1965, he returned to the print as editor of the prestigious Economist magazine. But he was lured back by the man there on the left, Sir David Nicholas, editor of what was to be the biggest experiment in television news, a half-hour programme at 10.
The fact that News at 10 is part of the national institution in our lives now, it must totally be down to him and the tremendous charisma and professionalism and respect that he gave it in those years after he launched it.
To moments of history, like the moon landings, he brought authority, knowledge, and not a little humour.
But there it is, the old moon, the one the cow jumped over.
It was all about making sense of it, giving the people what they wanted, what they needed.
The sort of news about the royal family or show business or sport that people will be talking about on the building site or in the canteen the next morning.
The public loved the royal family. He made documentaries about them and about their interests.
It's swell. We like to swell it.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Oh, yes.
It cost him the cutting edge of satire, his affection mocked.
Turning simperingly to you now, Princess Diana, you gorgeous bit of stuff.
With lines of sheer genius.
If there's any heart that hasn't been won over by her today, it can kindly surrender now.
But he'll best be remembered for being the anchor of our flagship News at 10.
He was the greatest news presenter this country has ever produced. He was the best at the time, and no one has ever rivaled him.
He read his last bulletin in 1991.
And that's the news tonight. Good night.
Loved and respected, he'll be missed by us all.
Alastair always said, it's the news that's the star. We're simply lucky enough to be asked to write it and read it. A modest man who set great standards.
And that is tonight's ITV News. Coming next, the national weather and the news where you are. But from the both of us, good night and have a good weekend.
Good night.